Colson, more epic randomness. What's going on, guys? First two people in here. Colson was the first. Nonetheless, what's going on? Montrese makes the third person. What's up, Montrese? What is up, everyone in the chat? How is everyone's night going so far? And how is everyone's day? Good to see you too. Montrese for sure, man. Good to see you, Micah. Nathan, good to see you as well. I'm good, Montrese. That's the goal. You know what I mean? And good, man, just at work. Posted easy money. What do you do for work, Nathan? I don't think I've really asked anyone on my channel, like, what they do for work. What's up, more epic randomness? Let's see. What is everyone's scent of the day? My scent of the day, new pickup. Very happy that I did get this one. YSL myself. The only thing I dislike about this fragrance is how much of a fingerprint magnet it is. It's kind of hard to see. I'm trying to get it in the lighting. The bottle is a great looking, solid, like more solid black to more of like a, lighter, smoky black color. But it smells amazing, projects nicely, lasts a decent amount of time. The bottle. Personally, I don't care that much if a fragrance bottle, is a fingerprint magnet, but that is always nice when you can have a fragrance that isn't going to pick up all your fingerprints. But a lot of them that do end up being really good fragrances. Crazy night for me. How's it going? My day and night's going pretty good. What happened that made your night crazy? Keep going. Don't stop. I'm proud of you. Hey, Montrese, I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. What 3 fragrances would you recommend to take on a cruise to Cozumel? I have no clue how to say that. Mexico. I would say this would be my 3 fragrance rotation. If I were to go to maybe not even just a cruise in specific, but if I were to go somewhere tropical, you're going to be in Mexico, you're going to be out on the water. That would be really good. So LeBeau EDT would be one of my recommendations. This to me is just a very nice tropical straight up coconut scent. Next one, Latafa Caid Al Farsan. To me, this is just like a pineapple bomb. Some people say it smells like Aventus. I don't really get any Aventus vibes, but just a great pineapple bomb. And then the last one, Dior Homme Cologne. Smells like a refreshing lemonade. With all those fragrances, you'll definitely get compliments in the high heat. Some other ones I would recommend, YSL myself would be a great one. Any of the Aqua de Gios would be great as well. Scent of the day, Bodacious, the Victorious Bodacious. Interesting sounding fragrance. How does it smell? Armed security at the moment, just doing doorman stuff. That seems pretty cool though. And I would assume you don't have to do that much all the time, but when you do have to do something, then that kind of sucks. Did you know it has different scents on females versus male skin? So I did not know that. I knew that with myself, let's see, here we go. With myself, M masculine, YSL, the brand, F feminine. So this is marketed as a unisex fragrance. I did not know that it smells different on a girl's skin. I think maybe like the next time my girlfriend's over, I'll have her spray this on her skin. And then I'll spray it on my skin and we can compare. But YSL myself is good. Also, here's one thing I want to say. I watched a review on YSL myself, and I can't remember who made the review, but somebody was like, the packaging isn't that nice. It's sleek packaging. I like the YSL packaging. I like also like Middle Eastern packaging when they kind of go all out, and niche packaging when they kind of go all out. But I will say the YSL myself box, for just being a basic box, looks super, super good in my opinion. I don't know if I'm crazy, but it's one of my favorite looking boxes. Also, let me know, do you guys keep your boxes? Do you guys not keep your boxes? Over here, you guys can see in like my windowsill, that's like facing the sun. So I put it in there so it doesn't get like that bright in my room. But I just put some of my favorite boxes, and then I have a drawer full of boxes. But I don't know what to do with them. Like, I really don't know what to do with them. If I do trade it, I'll be like, oh, you want the box with it. I think sometimes then it's nice because some people, especially if you are trading fragrances, some people want the box. For me, I don't really care if I'm getting like a John Paul Gaultier or like the Game of Spades Full House that I got or the City Rhythm or something like Lattafa Camera, then I would want the box. For the most part though, if it's just like a basic box, I don't really ask for it. But if I do get it, I just add it to the collection. A Booze Cherry. That seems like it could be good. Hi, new here. Well, Christine, if you're into fragrances, you can stay on the live. Well, even if you're not into fragrances, you could. But that's really all we talk about, fragrances. I keep boxes, protects fragrances. So me personally, I keep the boxes. I don't have my boxes on my fragrances, and I want to say why. So I have this shelf, and since it's anchored into the wall, the chances of my fragrances like falling, knocking over is very low. I'm pulling onto this pretty hard, you know, and it's not going anywhere. So the only way I could knock down a fragrance is if I just hit one off, which I'm not dumb, so that wouldn't happen. Exactly, it's easy till it's not. Exactly. Hugo Boss scent Elixir is my scent of the day. I have smelt for the Hugo Boss fragrances. I move them down here. Here we go. Hugo Boss fragrances, I have smelt. Start with the ones in my collection. Hugo Boss Energize, banger. Hugo Boss Dark Blue, banger as well. Hugo Boss Bottled EDT, banger as well. I also had Hugo Boss Extreme. That one's not that bad. A good green apple scent. I have smelt Boss Bottled Triumph Elixir. Interesting scent. Not bad, but it's not really something I would wear. And then Boss Bottled Bold Citrus. Wow, that one is good. If you guys want just like an underrated new release, I'm pretty sure it released this year. Boss Bottle Bold Citrus is good. It doesn't smell like the original Boss Bottle. It doesn't have that DNA, but it is just this like sharp, citrusy fragrance. It's like a lime orangey fragrance. Well, first my mother and I went to crash at an intersection. Then we got stuck at another crash for 30 minutes. Saw what looked like a fire on a lake. It was only a boat with bright lights. That's pretty chaotic. I keep them in the boxes. So do you like have a shelf that you put them on then? Or how do you go about like getting to your fragrances? Do you just have, I don't know, like a drawer full of the boxes and you open them and grab them, or what? I also keep the boxes. Box goes straight in the trash after I match the code on the box of the bottle. I've honestly never even thought of that, Nathan. I really have not thought of that. Need a summer fragrance, want to get another Dylan Blue, but I feel like everyone wears it now. I'll recommend this one. Something that will kind of almost be like Dylan Blue, just very likable, very versatile. YSL Myself. This is still a decently popular fragrance. If I'm not mistaken, at like Sephora's and stuff like that, Myself is the top selling fragrance. Still competing with Sauvage, but when this came out, it was the top selling fragrance. It's good, man. If you like Dylan Blue, you could think of this almost as Dylan Blue minus. So this has the ambroxan and like the citrusiness from Dylan Blue. Instead of that like saffrony syntheticness, you have a lot of this like mandarin blossom. So it's almost like a floral Dylan Blue. Just sub, hey Christine, I appreciate that. Scent of the day, Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. Prada Luna Rosa Carbon, underrated fragrance, very underrated. I own Sauvage and I own Carbon. Carbon smells pretty dang close to Sauvage. However, I like this one more. It hits Sauvage in all the right places. You get that bergamot, you get that pepper, you get that ambroxan. You get some mineral notes as well. You get it's like metallic notes and soil notes. Something about this fragrance is just better than Sauvage. Now, what I will say, Sauvage by far has better projection and longevity, but do not sleep on Luna Rosa Carbon. I think it's better than Sauvage because it smells better, it's cheaper, and it's a different approach. Thank you, Stanford, Joel. I was in so many lives today, Vince and Eugene, twice. Dude, so sometimes me and like some of my friends that do fragrance content, so like Brian, King Fragrance, Grim, C2, everyone like that, we have this habit. One of us will go live, and then another person will go live. And then the people that are watching have to like bounce between multiple lives. Imagine shopping at Sephora. What a psychopath. Here's the thing. I think with people just getting into fragrances, you know, if you are only going to have 2 or 3 fragrances, go to your Sephora, go to your Dillard's, whatever it is, smell the fragrances, buy them, retail price. But if you are going to collect them as a hobby, like I do, and if you're watching this video, or if you're watching this live, you probably do, start getting them off discounters, if you have not already. Myself reminds me of Sauvage. It almost could be looked at like a less sharp bergamot, no pepper, more floral Sauvage. So you do kind of have to like change that Sauvage DNA. But I don't think you're crazy for saying that, honestly. Myself is a good blind buy in my opinion, for sure, for sure. Another good blind buy that I think is good, but I don't know because I see a lot of people say it's not a good blind buy. I feel like Caid Al Farsan is a very likable fragrance. Cheap. Just a nice dose of pineapple. Super good. Yeah, I'm really big on citrus, vanilla, not so much oud and musk. Yeah, for me, like, fresh fragrances are my favorite fragrances by far. You know, next would be like vanilla fragrances. I love myself some good vanilla fragrances. Fresh fragrances, I don't know what I love about them so much, but they are just so good. Very easy to pull off. Are you an MJ fan? So I used to be a big Bulls fan. I have another Michael Jordan poster across my room. I have a Dennis Rodman poster. So I like the more 90s Bulls. I used to be a Bulls fan really up until this year when we traded. Well, you know, last year we had last year or the year before we lost DeMar DeRozan and then Zach LaVine. But my family's from Minnesota and I always kind of liked Minnesota. So I'm more a Minnesota fan now, but I definitely do like Michael Jordan. I think he's the greatest of all time. Hi again. Buffat, what's going on? You sort of remind me, Eugene, are you Croatian from Canada too? I am American from Montana. What's up, Micah? Scent of the Night is Al Harmain La Venture Night. What is that one? What does that one smell like? Team Freshie for sure. You think Braun played his last game? Absolutely not. He's averaging 24, 8, and 6 at least. He did not play his last game. I think, honestly, LeBron could probably play till he's, like, giving you good production. 45. He has 5. Here's the thing. When you see a player averaging, you know, oh, here's 20, you know, they're averaging 24. Say LeBron averages 24, 6, and 6. He could totally do that next year. Because he did that and more this year. So we could do, you know, 24, 6, and 6 next year. His production will obviously keep going down because at this point he's 40 years old. But he's not, like, he's only 40. He's not going to just, like, overnight not be a productive NBA player. He's leading the Lakers. It's not really Luka who's leading the Lakers. It definitely is LeBron. So I don't know. I don't think he played his last game, though. I agree. Green Irish Tweed. Is it a good clone of it or what? MJ's goated. Don't forget, everyone hit that thumbs up button. Yes, y'all, please double tap the screen or hit like up where the like button is and hit the like button. I don't know what I was about to say. I would appreciate it, y'all. Let's see. Can we get to? Let's do 10 likes, and we could do some fragrance battles. If we hit 10 likes, we'll do some fragrance battles. We haven't done those in a while. Crazy baseball players usually have more longevity. Well, we're in a day and age now, especially in the NBA, where players are spending millions of dollars on their body a year so they can extend their longevity, so they can, you know, rebound from injuries a lot quicker. LeBron, I think he spends it's like $2 million a year or some crazy shit like that. A lot of NBA, like, here's the thing. Kevin Durant's 36, 37. In the 80s and 90s, bro, if you were a 37-year-old in the league, you're averaging like 3 points per game, dude. 100 men versus 1 gorilla. What about 100 gorillas versus Mykah Fragrance? Didn't think about that one, did you? It's a solid clone. Obviously, most Arab clones, it's synthetic, but the opening is very nice. I haven't tried Green Irish Tweed. I've tried like Cool Water, which some people say is like it. I like it. Green Irish Tweed seems like it would just be like almost in the designer realm. Sprayed it on around 3. It's almost 10 here, and I can still smell it. So 7 hours of longevity. That's not that bad. Honestly, I could end up checking that one out. As I said, I do like Cool Water. That one doesn't have the best longevity or projection. Mykah Fragrance wins 100%. Well, it's like, here's the thing, like, because I would just take my cologne and I just spray it in the gorilla's eyes, and then they wouldn't be able to see. Or I just spray it on them, and then they're happy because they don't smell like shit now. Mykah wins, gonna bathe in fragrance beforehand so they won't know how to react. Exactly. Mykah Fragrance for sure. Told you guys. It's like, here's the thing. What about 100 of the top athletes of all time and 100 silverback gorillas against Mykah Fragrance? Who wins that one? Would I ever splurge on a Parfum de Marly? So, Marcus, I used to have Parfums de Marly Greenly. 4.2 ounce. I traded Montale Arabian's Tonka for it. Got a really good deal on it. That was good. It was not worth... Now, granted, I only got it for $110, roughly, because that's what I traded. That's how much Arabian's Tonka is. And I think it was good. For $110, it's a hell of a fragrance. But I ended up trading it because I got like $350, roughly like around the retail price of a Parfums de Marly. I got like that much back in a trade for it, so I profited like $200 from that trade. So maybe I've smelled Sedley. Sedley smells very close. Like Mahir Legacy smells very close to Sedley in my opinion. I smelled Percival. It's really not good. I don't know. It has this weird like metal vibe to it that I don't really like. I like metallic fragrances. That one's gross to me. I would highly recommend like Legend, EDT over Percival, and especially Eau de Parfum. I think one of my next pickups, honestly, maybe Mont Blanc. I really want to get Game of Spades Wild Card. I also want to get Mont Blanc Legend Blue. Mont Blanc Legend Blue is a great fragrance. Game of Spades Wild Card, never tried it. It's a clone of Lafayette Street, so I may pick that one up. That's going to be like, I don't know, $110. So I think I may just save up, cop them both. I also got a 40 ml of Aqua de Gio Parfum. I will say, Aqua de Gio Parfum, this is for people who... Now, I don't know if I have the one that smells like Profumo. To me, I don't get like an incense vibe on it. So I don't think it smells like Profumo. This to me is just like the original Aqua de Gio. A little more aquatic and just a little bit more floral. I don't have any fragrance, but I still love your channel. You know, I think, first of all, thank you for the support. But I think it's interesting. I've actually had a couple people say that, you know, on my lives and stuff like that before. People, a surprising amount of people, at least to me, a surprising amount of people have been like, oh, I don't even have any fragrances. I just like watching you. So that's a really big compliment to me. So thank you, Magic Johnson. C2 was going on. Magic Johnson, doesn't matter. The fragrance community is the best part. Exactly. For the most part. Big disclaimer on that. Some of the fragrance community is just like weird. Like the niche snobs or the people who are like, dupes are not good, which would kind of be niche snobs. PDM 100% worth it. You need to get your nose on Gulf Orchid Mango Ice. Isn't that the clone of God of Fire? Ever tried Le Labo? Are they any good? I've not tried Le Labo. How's longevity on Aqua de Gio Parfum? So I will say Profundo is definitely the better performer between the two. I think I definitely get better projection with this one as well. With Parfum, I get a respectable 5 to 6 hours. Not the longest lasting fragrance, but it gives you a good 5 to 6 hours, a good scent bubble. Promise tomorrow what she wear, Prada Black or Checkmate. I've never tried any mind games. If you think Checkmate is super good, go Checkmate. However, Prada Black, don't get me started on Prada Black. Amazing fragrance. I think that would be great for prom. Great for prom. I don't know, because like I feel like mind games would be good, and you could go all out if it's your last. So I mean, C2. I don't know how like your proms work. At my high school, for if you're a junior or a senior, you can go to prom. So you have 2 grade levels that can go to prom. If this is your only prom that you're ever going to go to, definitely go the Mind Games. And even if it is just like your last prom, maybe go to the Mind Games, go Prada Black. You could layer them too. I don't know. I just know that they're both good. Prada Black, great fragrance, would be great for prom. Has a perfume line coming along. So I'm not making my own fragrances anymore. I'm just going to kind of hold off on that because I want to get more educated. I also want to save up more money so I can get nicer materials. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to start a sample site first. And then when I do make my own fragrances, add them onto the site. Not bad at all. Plus, Acqua di Gio isn't really known for their performance. Yeah, like, you know, you don't buy an Acqua di Gio for crazy performance. If you do want an Acqua di Gio with crazy performance, go the Elixir. That one, very strong. Yeah, it's my only prom. It's Hollywood themed. Well, if you feel like, I feel like Prada Black could definitely fit like a Hollywood theme. If you think Checkmate could as well, then go Checkmate. I think if it is your only prom, definitely go all out with Checkmate though. Angel Share by Killian. I tried it. I don't think it was that good, honestly. What's up, bro? What do you think about Paco Rabanne Intense? If I'm not mistaken, that's the... like, assuming you're talking about Phantom Intense? That's only Intense by Paco Rabanne I know of. I would assume... Okay, probably Phantom Intense. That's the black one, I want to say. I like the whole Phantom line. Okay, yeah, so does the Phantom. Like, the EDT is good. I've tried 3 Phantoms. I think that there's only 3 Phantoms. They are all good. They're like a lavender woodsy fragrance. How many sprays? I said 7 max, but Omar wanted me to go heavy on it. So, from my understanding, you have sampled it. Or, like, you've actually worn it before, C2. What I would do is figure out how many spray, you know, try and remember how many sprays you did. Or if you only just like tested it on your hand, think about how strong it was. Personally, me, I'm like a 5 sprayer's good. I do about 5 sprays. That's normally what I'll do. You just don't like my favorite fragrances. What ones, CJ? Just bro, 3 sprays and you'll be okay. Thoughts on 1 million Parfum? I like 1 million Parfum. I believe it's Lattafa Facard Gold. That's a clone of 1 million Parfum. I may pick that one up. I am pretty impressed with Lattafa Facard Black. This is a solid YSLY EDP clone. It's pretty good, honestly. Again, just gets that YSLY DNA in all the right places. You know, it's just get that sweet green apple. You get that slight woodsiness. You get that, like, body wash vibe. It's so good. Do you fuck with body musk? I have no clue. If that's a fragrance, I've never tried it. But when I think body musk, I'm thinking of, like, someone's BO. Sam, I'm not like Brian with the 22 sprays or 15. I just think that's outrageous. Brian is like... Brian's like... All right, guys, we're going Jean Paul Gaultier Ultramall. We're going 22 sprays. And he does 22 sprays. Brian, I don't even think Brian's watching this. If Brian is watching this, this will be my message. Brian, I don't know how you do it, but I'm very impressed. That's all I can say. I do like 5 sprays. I do 5 sprays. And that seems strong sometimes. What do you think about Polo Deep Blue? That's my favorite from the Polo line. I haven't tried Polo Deep Blue. Because I ain't trying to take people out. Yeah, I don't know. I would go like maybe like 4 or 5 sprays. Le Beau, Le Parfum, and Angel Share. I don't know what I don't really like about okay. I will say, I don't hate Le Beau Le Parfum. I don't hate Angel Share. I don't hate Le Male Parfum. These are just fragrances that I think there are better ones. Le Beau EDT is, in my opinion, the best Le Beau. I haven't tried the flower edition. Ultramall is the best Le Male. I think the next best Le Male would be the original Le Male. Then the Elixir. Then Le Male Parfum. Then like Elixir Absolute. Body musk is the oils, the slimes. Oh, no, I've never tried. I haven't tried any actual oils. It's like some Arabian oil you put it on. I'm pretty sure that's just what it smells like. just like a very musky fragrance. Same with me after 3 sprays. Some guy I saw do 3 sprays of PDM Leighton. That was crazy. Like, Leighton is a decently strong fragrance. You should, bro. It's awesome. Jay, could you rephrase that, please? Trying to convince King into the decant business too, and also Grim. So I think for me, when I do decant my fragrances, I think what I'll do, I don't really want to decant these, like, my personal fragrances. Now, I know that might kind of suck because, some people, they'd be watching my videos, they'd be like, oh shit, I really want a sample of YSL myself. I just personally wouldn't want to do it. I have a lot of, like, old batches in my collection, and they're just, a lot of stuff I really wouldn't want to run out of. There are some fragrances, yeah, I'd probably be fine decanting out of my collection. But I think more or less I want to start with just like some good Middle Eastern fragrances like Qaid Al Farsan, Lattafa Fakar Black. Just, not even the ones in specific. But I think I may start out with the cheaper fragrances and then work my way up. Using the capital from the sample site to build up the quality of fragrances I'm getting. I'm trying to convince... Oh, I already read that. Oh, you should try it, bro. Oh, see, I may try it. There's a lot of fragrances and fragrance types I want to get around to, but it takes me so long to get around to some stuff. It's my favorite baseball team. I'm not a big baseball fan. I did have a Seattle Mariners jersey when I was younger, so I'd say I'm a Mariners fan, if I had to be a fan. Or the Minnesota Twins? I have no clue. My family's from Minnesota, so... naturally, I'm kind of going to go towards Minnesota. Unless it's football. I'm not a big football fan, but I'm more of a Chiefs fan. Talk about Lakers in 5. It's Wolves in 5. Exactly. Wolves in 5. Polo Blue Parfum is good. Ralph's Club by Polo is good. I had Ralph's Club EDP. Very solid fragrance. But I did end up trading it. I want to say I traded... Ooh, I was going to say I traded it for Sauvage, but I traded Abercrombie & Fitch's First Instinct together for that. And I traded Ralph's Club EDP, a 1.7 ounce for Spice Bomb Night Vision. Want to talk about an underrated fragrance. That one is good. Let's see. It did come to my attention. We have hit 10 likes. We're going to do some fragrance battles. We're just going to do a short 8 fragrance battle. Keep it nice and simple. We're gonna go bang, 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 bang. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bang. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should we do 4 or should we do 12? Not 4 or 12. 8 or 12. Let me know. Should we do 8 or 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Midwestern fragrant. Oh, hold on. Midwestern fragrance reviewer. How cool. Love the Midwest. I think the Midwest is cool. Like my family's from Minnesota, but I live in Montana. I think like Montana's cool. The Midwest as a whole is just kind of cool. Watching the Fakers get exposed was a comedy show, especially for the fans. Night Vision is severely underrated for sure. I don't know, like a lot of people hate on it because of the longevity. That's a fragrance. You need to understand, you're not putting that fragrance on because you want 8 hours of longevity. You want because you want all day performance. You want people to smell you. That is one where it's like, you spray it on 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, like 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 times if you're getting a little, wild with it. Spray it on. Expect that fragrance to really not, expect people to not be able to smell you after like hour 4. That's a fragrance. It smells great. And if people can smell it off you, they probably will give you a compliment on it. but you cannot rely on people being able to smell that. It's one of those unfortunate ones that it smells so good, but the performance is just lacking. And one thing I like to say is the thing that makes or breaks a fragrance, it's got to be the longevity. It doesn't even necessarily have to be the projection. Like, it is nice to have good projection on a fragrance, but if you can have a fragrance just that, or whoa, what am I saying? Hold on, reverse. Projection. I would rather have a fragrance that projects well but doesn't last that long, opposed to a fragrance that lasts long but doesn't project well. For example, something like Caid Al Farsan. I've been testing this out. I sprayed this on maybe 4 or 5 hours ago. I can't smell it that much anymore, although I think I'm just kind of going nose blind to it. So this would be a good fragrance to maybe go 6, 7 sprays on, for me at least. For, going up 2 from my normal 5 sprays. This is a good fragrance. This, it's not going to last that long. It's going to give you decent projection and will definitely get you compliments. But this is a fragrance I would walk around with. I would walk around with it in like a rubberized Zara bag. Low-key, that would go hard. I may cop one for this summer. But, get a little like crossbody bag. This is one, you're going to be pulling it out. You're going to go to step into a shop. You're going to do a couple sprays on it. It does not last long. My bad, Chrissy. I'm talking about the delusional fans. You seem like a chill fan. I think for the most part, a lot of basketball fans are just kind of chill. Wait, you got Caid Al Farsan? Yeah, dude. So, C2. The new fragrances I got, my fragrance haul. I don't know if you were on my live or I don't know if you've seen like my videos on it. My fragrance haul that I did, I got Caid Al Farsan, great pineapple bomb. I saw that you just got this one too. Fakar Black, C2. I think you could pick this one up. Good YSL Y clone, and then YSL myself. That was my pickups. Those were my pickups. Let's see. We're gonna go bang, 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 bang. How did I count this wrong, bro? What? Let's see. We're going to go up to 12 fragrances. We're going to go 12, okay? Bang. Bang. Let's see. 8, 9, 10, 11. We need one more. Go through the woods. Okay, we need one more. What one do I want to grab? It's always hard to pick out the last one. Because whatever you pick out last, can't pick out anything else. I'm going to go Dylan Blue to cap it off. Dylan Blue, that's a good cap off. Okay, 12 fragrances here. Are you getting the new Al Farsan? I may get the new Al Farsan. It's like 40 something, like 30, 40 bucks or something like that. Right now, if I'm not mistaken. So I may just wait till it comes down in price. I'm fairly impressed with this one. Leading into C2's question, how do you feel about longevity? I don't feel like it's the best. However, the scent is really good and the projection is half decent. A very good smell. This is a very good smelling fragrance, but yeah, as I was saying, I would almost recommend, I would buy a crossbody bag. And if I were to wear a fragrance like this or something like Dior Homme Cologne where it's not going to have good longevity, I would almost keep this in a bag and I would reapply it throughout the day. New Al Farsan Unlimited looks fire, has coconut added too. If it smells like the original, but just with coconut, that could be good. A layering combo I tried yesterday, Le Beau and Caid Al Farsan. Doesn't smell like Le Beau Le Parfum, surprisingly. It smells better, in my opinion. It just kind of tones down the sweetness of Le Beau. And it's weird because you would think, Le Beau's a pretty sweet fragrance. Caid Al Farsan is definitely a sweet fragrance. You'd expect them mixed together. They get really sweet. It almost gets like lactonic or like creamy. And just it's like a creamy, sweet coconut pineapple. But it doesn't smell like a pina colada. It's weird. First matchup we're going to have. These are all summer/warm weather fragrances. So, Le Beau versus Homme Cologne. First matchup. It's been a hot minute since I have done fragrance battles. So, Dior Homme Cologne, Le Beau EDT, 2 3-note breakdown fragrances. I believe, don't quote me on this, Dior Homme Cologne, Bergamot, Mandarin Blossom, maybe. Yeah, it's Bergamot, Mandarin Blossom, and Vetiver, if I'm not mistaken. Smells like a refreshing lemonade. Doesn't last that long, but smells so good. Smells like lemonade. And then Le Beau, Bergamot, Coconut, and Tonka Bean. To me, this is like a creamy coconut fragrance. Both very good. Le Beau definitely has better longevity and projection. I'm getting kind of low on this fragrance. Kind of a little sad. Thought the same with the longevity and projection. The smell is good and makes up for most of it. Like, yeah, if the smell wasn't as good, which Caid Al Farsan surprised me so much with the smell. If it smell, I don't think I would say pick it up. But y'all vote on this one. I think that these both are great fragrances, but if you could only pick one, and keep in mind, at the end, we will have one out of these 12 fragrances crowned as the winner. As of right now, would you rather have Le Beau EDT or Dior Homme Cologne? Make sure to vote in the poll down here. If I had to pick it, which don't let this influence your vote, I would say Le Beau. If I could only pick one of these. Dior Homme Cologne is very good. Now, when I got this Le Beau, it was fuller than it was. It wasn't completely full. I traded this from one of my buddies last year. Dior Homme Cologne, I bought brand new. I haven't used that much of it. Well, it looks like I haven't used that much. It looks like I've given it a couple wearings. I've given it like 3 or 4 wearings. I do about 8 sprays. 8 sprays when I wear this fragrance. Look at the atomizer. Really good, like, pressurized atomizer. So imagine like 8 sprays of that. So you end up using a decent amount of juice with this fragrance. That's the only thing that sucks. With Le Beau, yeah, 5 sprays, plenty. This one, I don't know why. It lasts so long on my skin. Lasts very long, projects very nicely, which I just think is interesting because a lot of people complain about that with Le Beau. Only 3 votes. Okay, Le Beau ended up winning. Again, that's what I said I would have voted. Dior Homme Cologne, definitely a good fragrance, though. Okay, next one. 2 blue fragrances. Let me know in the comments, what is your favorite blue fragrance? I think mine, Bad Boy Cobalt. Probably my favorite blue fragrance right now. But with this matchup, we have Dylan Blue and Shiaka Blue, which I mean, a lot of people have smelt